Welcome to our poster presentation, Impact of Service Learning on the Intercultural Competence of Pre-Service Teachers. I'm Elizabeth Sandell, a professor at Minnesota State University in Mankato, Minnesota.
I'm Lindmeier, and I am a research assistant.
Higher education institutions are increasingly committed to fostering equitable access, incorporating global perspectives into teaching, learning, and research, building international and intercultural competence among students, faculty, and staff, and establishing relationships and collaborations with people and institutions throughout the world. Since 2010, I've taught a course called Human Relations in a Multicultural Society for pre-service teachers. Each semester, we collected data with the Intercultural Development Inventory to assess the course's impact on students' developmental orientation to cultural differences. We've been using the definition of intercultural competence: the possession of knowledge, attitude, understanding, self-awareness, and practical skills that allow professionals to serve clients from diverse socioeconomic and socioethnic backgrounds. Previous quantitative assessments suggested that undergraduate students had an average IDI score of 88.863, and there was no statistically significant difference between all the previous semesters. Undergraduate students seem to begin their university studies with an ethnocentric worldview, in which they minimize differences and overemphasize similarities to navigate cultural differences. Also, previous formative assessments indicated that students generally had very few relationships with persons from cultures other than their own, that they perceived to be different than their own. So one of the major assignments for this course was service learning.
Service learning was broadly defined as learning through active participation in thoughtfully organized community service projects that are integrated into the academic curriculum. Service learning was integrated into this course as a way to build cross-cultural understanding and awareness. This experiential learning provided a real-life application of the academic curriculum. In this case, human relation skills. Students learn and practice higher order critical thinking skills. Their experiences enabled them to build character and leadership skills. This was a long-term project that encompassed several interactions, activities, and reflections. In our process, students completed a diverse associations survey to identify ethnic or cultural groups which they had little experience working with. The results were used to match the students with organizations or agencies in which they could spend a minimum of 18 hours for service learning. In our assignment, 18 hours of direct contact were completed with the same organization, which involved adults from different cultural backgrounds. The service learning included orientation, an interview of a participant or an organization staff member, and lots of learning. Students completed a log of hours and also a reflection paper. In early 2020, the global pandemic meant that instructors had to change the course from in-person on campus to asynchronous online. Because of many changes in the course, over time, eventually, there have been 3 patterns developed for service learning. Off campus with a nonprofit organization involving a culture different than that of the student, examples including the YMCA, leisure experiences for exceptional people, in the annual Mankato powwow. Also, socially distanced service learning, including online English language tutoring for newcomers or immigrants, residence for adults with dementia, and also residence with adults with cognitive impairments. And another alternative was on-campus service learning with a recognized student organization of a culture different than that of the student, including the Hmong Student Association, Black Student Union, and Native American Student Association are some of the ways that we conducted service learning.
The archive data was from undergraduate students in several courses in the same semester. The 81 students without service learning were enrolled in general education courses in marketing, biology, or dental hygiene. The 71 students with service learning were enrolled in the general education course, Human Relations in a Multicultural Society.
At the beginning of the semester, 95% of students scored between 83.66 and 88.95. The mean score was 86.31, which statistically was the same as previous semesters. Statistical analysis showed there was no significant statistical difference at the beginning of the semester between the students without service learning and the students with service learning. However, there was a statistical difference at the conclusion of the semester between the groups of students with service learning and the groups of students without service learning. Results indicated that service learning experiences during the university preparation have a positive impact on the ICC of pre-service teachers. Investigators expect the project results will support future policies, curricula, and coursework on diversity and inclusion, multiculturalism, and intercultural competence for the teacher education program.
Thank you for joining this poster presentation. If you have questions or comments, please contact me at this information which is on the slide. Thanks again.